Hi there, my name is Ruben Rubio. I am going to be your insurance consultant this next journey that we're going to take. This journey is going to talk about life insurance. A lot of people ask about life insurance. A lot of people think they don't need life insurance. Many people insure their homes, they insure their cars, even their jewelry. But what they need to do is insure themselves. You know why? Because you are a moneymaker. If you make money, you provide for your family, your wife, your kids, or you have a business. There is no way to replace you. The only way is to have an insurance plan that will cover you the right way. If you liked the content and want to show your support, make sure that you like and comment below. For all questions and inquiries, you can submit them through my content form at RubenRubioTX.com. You can also find me across all the social medias, Ruben Rubio TX. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. Hello, my name is Ruben Rubio. Help support my channel by visiting my website, RubenRubioTX.com, on your phone, tablet, or PC. For Facebook, go to the menu and click on the Facebook logo. On my Facebook page, click like and follow. For Instagram, go to the menu and click on the Instagram logo. On my Instagram profile, click follow. For YouTube, go to the menu and click on the YouTube logo. On my YouTube page, click subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. For Twitch, go to the menu and click on the Twitch logo. On my Twitch page, click the heart to follow. If you have questions you'd like answered on one of our live streams or YouTube videos, go to the menu and click on Ask a Question. Fill out all the details in the form and click Submit. You can choose to be anonymous or have your first name mentioned on the video. If you'd like to schedule a phone appointment, go to the menu and click Schedule Phone Appointment. Fill out all the details and when the best time to reach you, and we will get back to you at our earliest time available. Hola, mi nombre es Ruben Rubio. Para apoyar mi canal, visite mi sitio de web RubenRubioTX.com en tu teléfono, tableta o computadora. Para Facebook, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Facebook. En mi página de Facebook, haga clic en like y siga. Para Instagram, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logo de Instagram. En mi perfil de Instagram, haga clic en seguir. Para YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de YouTube. En mi página de YouTube, haga clic en suscríbase y haga sonar la campana para todas las notificaciones. Para Twitch, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Twitch. En mi página de Twitch, haga clic en el corazón para seguir. Si tienes preguntas que le gustaría responder en alguno de nuestros live streams o videos de YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en Ask a Question, llene todos los detalles del formulario y haga clic en Enviar. Puede elegir ser anónimo o que su primer nombre se mencione en el video. Si desea programar una cita por teléfono, vaya al menú y haga clic en Schedule Phone Appointment. Llene todos los detalles y cuando es el mejor momento para llegar a usted, y nos encontraremos en nuestro momento más temprano disponible.
Welcome everyone to today's show on Ruben Rubio TX live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, where we discuss topics dealing with life insurance and what it entails. If you want to follow us on our social media, make sure to visit our website at rubenrubiotx.com, where you find all our links there, as well as if you have a question, you can leave it there, fill out the form, or if you need a personal consult with Ruben Rubio TX himself, you can fill out the form, let us know when's the best time to reach you. And just want to welcome everyone today to the show. And Ruben, how's it going?
Well, it's going good. It's going okay. Today we're going to talk about what is the purpose of Ruben Rubio TX. The purpose that we're doing these shows and we're discussing different types of benefits, different types of programs that we offer is because, unfortunately, sooner and hopefully later, eventually somebody's going to have to be using some of my services. This week, I got a call from a friend of mine who is a chaplain there at the church where I'm at, and co-chaplain. And she called me and reminded me that last month her brother's son passed away because of COVID. And this was this is devastating. The guy was only 27 years old, and unfortunately, they weren't ready, Richard. They weren't ready, and they had to do what a lot of people do. They have to go sell plates or make benefits to supplement the money that they're going to have to spend at a funeral. Now, of course, I'm not going to ask how much money they spent because I already have an idea that it's anywhere from $12,500 to $15,000. And it's really hard to raise money, just for this purpose. The banks aren't going to lend you the money, and usually, unfortunately, Richard, most people say, "Well, I don't have any money right now," and my credit line. You know how it is, it's maxed out. And then I got a call from her yesterday morning telling me, brother, I'm really sad. My brother's older daughter passed away this weekend.
Wow.
33-year-old young lady. This is a second child within a month's period. So what do you know what's going to happen? So you know what, we don't know. We haven't had the chance to talk to her husband because she was living in Austin, and they're thinking of bringing her down to the valley, which I understand that's where the majority of the family is, but it depends now on what's going to happen. How much money is going to have to be dished out. Transporting a body from one area to another, it costs money. And then, of course, being here in the valley, you've got to raise funds and be ready. And I have a program where many of my clients, when I sell them originally, I sell them the child term rider. It's a rider for $10,000. Now, this is not a big amount of money, but it's enough to pay for the funeral, and maybe somehow pay part of it, pay the cemetery, or do a cremation, whatever benefit you have, that's what you have to work with, Richard. And what happens when they turn 25, with the companies that I have, they have the right to convert their policy from a term policy, because it's a child rider, to a whole life policy, and get at least $50,000 of benefit without exam, blood, urine, or any health questions whatsoever, because they already have this right, and it's called a conversion. That's what it is. And for all of you out there that already have plans with me, you know what I'm talking about. And maybe somebody has a question, Richard. Could you ask her? Let's see.
Because remember,
Well,
right now you can ask questions live.
I just wanted to welcome Mauricio to the stream. Thanks for watching us today. We're talking about life insurance and an unfortunate tragedy that's happened with a friend of Ruben's. Um, what exactly does life insurance do uh, in the case of when someone passes away?
Well,
What can it help?
life insurance in itself, it provides an immediate estate, an immediate amount of money where the family has the access to either pay for a funeral or pay a house or debts or stuff like that. That's why you have life insurance to, provide a living benefit for those that survive. Your wife, your kids. That you don't know what's gonna be around the corner. That's why, you know with the situation and circumstances that we're going through in this time of our lives. Richard, nothing like this has ever happened before that we were conscious of it. The media
Mhm.
tells you, like yesterday, it was 800 and some new cases just in Hidalgo County. We're at 95% at the hospital full. Cameron County, they had about 700 new cases, and all these things are factors that really do matter, because once you get a condition, once you get sick of something, there are sometimes, hopefully there's no after effects. But with
Mhm.
COVID, we don't have this problem. We have a problem that most people are not going to be well. I have clients that have called me, Mr. Rubio, you know what?
Mhm.
I have this policy with you, and I had COVID, and I used to be an athlete. I can't run anymore, because my heart, or my kidneys got messed up, and I'm now partially disabled. Okay, so now what we do is we do a claim. We do things to make sure that this person can continue with their insurance, or if they're fully incapacitated, disabled, they
Mhm.
they will reap another benefit that I offer on the policies to help them out. Because if you have disability on my policies, and something happens to you, and you are no longer able to go back to work, the
Mhm.
policies will become paid up. And this is a big benefit to my clients. It really helps them out. But as I'm mentioning, Richard, we're not living normal days. And unfortunately, what if you didn't have life insurance and then you bought something later on and they said, well, you know what, you no longer are a standard rate. But why? Because now you have this ailment. Now you have this other precondition, situation in your life. Now it's going to be more expensive. And as we've noticed that, mostly now it's younger generations. It's no longer the 70s, the 80s, the 60s, or the 50s that are people getting sick. It's all ages. And
Yeah.
like I said, the younger you are, you might survive the disease, but what are the after effects? What seems to be the problem now? Well, they don't qualify for standard policies. So it's better to get something while you're still good and healthy than wait till, I've had people tell me, oh, Mr. Rubio, I'm not planning on dying right now. Wow, that's
Mhm.
fantastic. So I'm going to put you on the list that says, hey, I'm not going to die now. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, many of these people go off the list because things happen. I mentioned at the beginning of these shows many, many months ago, I had a lady that I went and I did a presentation at the work site, and a couple of the cooks took some life insurance policies, and I had some clients that worked there that also already had some, and one of the ladies says, you know what, I like what you're talking about. I'm 33 years old. I've got 5 kids, and but let me think about it. Come back in about a month, and we'll resolve it. Oh, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
So when I went back a month later, I arrived and I said, "Hey, I'm here looking for so and so." So, oh my God, Mr. Rubio, did she buy life insurance from you? Dije, no, what's going on? She died. What do you mean she died? She died 3 weeks ago. What do you mean 3 weeks ago? What happened? He said, well, for some reason
Uh-huh.
she got some strange cold, and she died. You know, she left a 3-year-old baby,
Hmm.
and had she purchased the policy when I had offered it to her, and even though she passed away right away, right afterwards, we would have paid. We would have paid the claim. But some people think that, this nothing's gonna happen to me, Richard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this happens, and I talk about these tragedies because, unfortunately they do happen, and they say, oh, it only happens to Mr. Rubio. No, it happens to all our agents. Things happen. I had an agent here in Ed Couch that went to go visit a client, and then a couple of days later, this client was helping out his neighbor because he saw his neighbor was cutting. He was cutting the yard, and he saw his neighbor was working on an old pickup truck. And he
Yeah.
went by and said, "Hey, you need help? Yeah, could you check? It's turning, but something not right." So the guy opens the hood, and he's there, and the guy cranks the car, turns it on, and the
The belt.
fan from the radiator
Oh man.
that cools off just came off and flew and cut his head off. And I had just, he had just seen my agent 2 days before he had paid his life insurance policy. And what do you
Accident
do?
happens. Yeah.
Stuff like this happens, accidents happen. And I've actually been by, that I road, where I road is over here
Yeah.
and going towards McAllen, going towards Far. I had a client that got on that 281 overpass to get onto the expressway. She was already
Uh-huh.
coming on Expressway 83, and she got on the ramp, and right in front of her was an 18-wheeler that stopped because traffic, you know how it kind of
Yeah.
bottlenecks and they get stuck. Well, this
Yeah.
poor guy that was driving the truck, he just stopped, and since he was in such an angle and he wasn't going forward anymore, the truck
Uh-huh.
started going back and went over this young lady, beautiful young lady, and she was dead right on the spot. Things like this happen. And we said, do you know when your next accident is going to happen? Well, unfortunately, things like this happen all the time. This is part of life, and you have to bear and
Yeah.
grim it. And the thing is that you really got to consider everybody. I am talking out there to the moms and grandmas. Hey, do you know how much coverage your kids have? Do you know what's going to happen if somebody passes away and there's no money?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to pay for these things, Richard. It's not like it used to be that,
Exactly.
oh, I'll call county. County will come and pick up the body and they'll take care of the bill. Well, you know what? They will do it still, but guess what? They're going to charge you for it. They put a lien on your property and you have to pay for it the day you sell your house. And a lot of people said, but I thought this was free. There is nothing free in this world, Richard. No hay nada gratis anymore.
Wow. That's just strange. Well, I just want to welcome everyone to today's show. You're watching Ruben Rubio TX, where we discuss life insurance and topics relating to accidents that can happen. If you want to follow us on our social media, you can visit our website at rubenrubiotx.com. And you can find all our social media links there, as well as if you want to ask a question or leave a question for a future show, you can fill out the form. We also have a form if you'd like to talk with Ruben Rubio TX himself, where you can discuss what options are available and let us know what the best time is to contact you. So, since we're on the topic of how important it is to have life insurance, what are some of the options out there to get? I guess, what's the difference like between like whole life and term, and how does that benefit a person? Uh,
Well, the benefits of having a whole life policy that it builds cash value. in the event that you need some money, you can borrow against the policies. I just did a case. Good thing that you asked me about this, Richard, because I just had a case this weekend where I have a client that had a life insurance policy for the longest time, but he started borrowing against the thing, and he had a $25,000 policy. The man just turned 70 years old. I can't mention his name.
Yeah.
But he owes over $11,000 on the policy. And I sat with his wife and himself last year and I said, look, y'all got to start paying back on this loan, or else, the policy is going to end up canceling because of lack of cash value on the policy, because it's the whole life. And he said, well, we got to wait a little while and we're going to pay a little bit back. I said, no, I have your solution. So lo and behold, it's a year later, and I go back to him. Hey, look, remember me? I'm your insurance agent. Let me just talk to you about this. There's a way we can save this policy. He said, well, we're thinking about giving $200 a month on our loan to pay back the loan. And yeah, but you're almost at $12,000 now. And even if you pay back $2,000 a month, that's $2,400. That's not really going to save you. I mean, if you pass away, the most it could probably pay is maybe $12,500.
Yeah.
Maybe. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and do an internal replacement. My company allows me to do that. So we replaced the old $25,000 policy with a new $25,000 policy. And instead of paying $200 a month, we went ahead and 1035 whatever money was there left over from the old policy to the new policy. And at the same time, instead of just having half of the 25,000, now they have 25,000 plus whatever cash value the dividend will pay for the new policy. So they came out winning. They said, look, you're never going to be able to finish paying off this loan. And here's the thing. Okay, so God forbid he passes away. You'll get 12,000 or 10,000 or whatever money's there by the time something happens if you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saving you the problem of going back to the 25,000. They don't owe their car, they don't owe their house, they don't owe anything. Maybe a couple of credit cards, but hey, after that person passes away, Richard, there's no more check. They reduce your the spouse's benefits are reduced drastically because the man who had worked all his life is no longer getting his check. Well, at least 25,000 will pay. At least we'll say we're going to have to cremate him. Well, that's still about $3,500.
Yeah.
And are you going to survive on $8,000?
No.
That could help you for a year maybe, but it's a lot better to have the 25,000. And guess what? I got rid of your loan, and I bumped up your insurance to what it was, and actually gave you more life insurance coverage. So and all they came out winning because he's got about $29,000 of benefit right now instead of having the $12,500. So that's what you can do with your whole life, and take advantage of borrowing the money. I said, now if you sell off the policy, they're going to charge you the $12,500 that they have, and they're going to penalize you because this money you used it, and the government wants its share. And they're going to penalize your benefits, your Social Security, your Medicare, Medicaid, if you got food stamps or anything like that, they're going to penalize you. And I find the way to help out the family. Now, when somebody that's younger, they might have a term policy. A term policy, you could have $100,000, $150,000, $250,000. Something happens, that'll pay off a lot of debts, Richard. If you want your kids to go to college, you can have money there allocated for that. I go back, like I've talked in other shows. Hey, this is the plan we talked about when we sold you the policy. Okay, so much is going to be for the funeral, so much is going to be for the house, so much is going to be for the college, and there's living expenses. So you have to buy a big enough policy to have some kind of knowledge of what you want, and of course, to be there for the client. That is so important. Not too many agents care about their clients. I try to do that.
Okay. Well, just want to once again thank everyone that's here on Ruben Rubio TX. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, um, talking about the personal touch that Ruben Rubio can give you regarding life insurance. If you want to visit our website at rubenrubiotx.com, you'll be able to find all our social media links. You'll be able to ask a question for a future show, as well as set up an appointment with Ruben Rubio TX. So I guess a good way to look at it is the difference between calling one of those 1-800 numbers versus actually meeting you is a personal touch to where you can find solutions to help people as life goes by and things change. Would that
Oh
be
yeah.
accurate?
Mhm. Yeah, that's what it is, Richard. And the difference between really them and me is that, they're not gonna be there all the time. You call me,
Yeah,
I show up, I go by there, and I said, okay, what's going on? Well, Mr. Rubio, this and this happened, and we have had these changes, and we need this, we need that. Oh, okay, let's do that. Let's change beneficiaries. Let's fix the beneficiaries. Well, can you imagine calling a 1-800 number and being there 2-3 hours waiting for somebody to answer you?
yeah,
You know how it works. For English, prompt one. For Spanish, prompt two. For Chinese, prompt three. And then like you finally get to the language that you know. Spanish is
yeah,
probably seven or eight. And then like you finally get there and like, para qué hablé? What am I calling about? And then you're
yeah,
waiting there for a long time and like, no, you need somebody that you're gonna call and that's gonna answer you. Hey, and they'll say, "Remember me? I'm so and so." Oh, I can remember you. I have clients that said, "Mr. Rubio, you remember me?" Yeah, aren't you the one that lives over here and over here? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's me. Oh, okay. So
yeah,
I am not applying for Alzheimer's commercials. I'm just telling you.
yeah,
I remember most of my clients, and I go by their house and we do what we need to do to fix their problems. Like I've mentioned before, I talk
mm,
about other stuff and not just the life insurance. I talk about the APDF. I talk about annuities. I talk about mortgage cancellations. I talk about a lot of subjects that the normal agent doesn't know.
yeah. I would imagine that they have one of those prompts, and they're just reading off like
Mhm.
instead of actually trying to tender to the customer and give them I guess the quality service to understand what's actually available for them and how their health can affect them. 'Cause that's one thing that it's always in this fine print. Like if you're a smoker, these benefits don't apply to you, and then people don't find out until after they've already, I guess, made their payments, and they're like,
Somebody too
okay,
late, and then I have the client that calls and tells me, "Oh, Mr. Rubio, they offer me insurance all day long over here at these other companies that I see on TV." Yeah, but they're not going to ask any health questions, and that changes your health status from being standard to substandard, and then they're not going to pay the full amount till the third or fourth year. I recently talked to some families that they purchased a policy for their mother, and well, they didn't know that they were buying a dollar per dollar, and they said, "Well, we thought she was fully insured." No, it says right here, it's a dollar per dollar. All you've paid into it, that's all they're going to cover. Well, how come they didn't tell us that? Well, because I don't know, but I'm your agent, and I'm explaining to you how this works. But
yeah,
my mother isn't sick. Well, for some reason, did she sign this paper? Well, no, she doesn't know. Oh, then that's why, and
mm,
that's unethical.
yeah,
And we try to help the client as best as possible. I go out there, go meet the client and sit with them and talk to them and of course chat. Most of them will invite me for a cup of coffee or Coke or unfortunately I have a lot of my clients, "Hey, Mr. Rubio, hey, come
mhm.
on down. They say, you want a beer?" Like, no, no, thanks, guys. I don't
Yeah,
drink anymore.
yeah,
And well, do you drink anymore, Leslie? No, I
yeah,
never drank. I haven't drank in a long time.
yeah.
but they're they're not just my clients, Rich. When you become part of Ruben Rubio 2X, you become a friend, and I'm a friend. I'll be there for you for the best of my ability that I can be there. Believe me, Many of my clients have called me, Mr. Rubio, I don't know what to do. My mom died, my dad died. What do we do? I said, look, don't worry. Let me go by there. Give me a little moment. Give me an hour. Give me half an hour to fix up whatever I'm doing here, and I'll sit down with you guys. We'll go over what procedures they're going to ask you at the funeral home, what arrangements we can do. This is what we're going to do. You need that personal touch. You need somebody that really cares and wants to help you out.
Yeah. And another thing that isn't mentioned often is like how important it is for children to help their parents purchase a policy, because in the end, it helps leave a legacy for them as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I've mentioned, I've gone to the kids. Hey, you know what? Your mom and dad have a $500,000 policy. You've got 5 kids. Hey, why don't you guys pay for it? Everybody get $100,000 whole life or value life on your mom and dad, and that's your inheritance. The day they die, that's your money.
Yeah.
Wow, that's innovating. That's new. That's fresh. No, that's kind of old, but not too many agents are willing to ask for it. Mm-hmm. And you just got to be ready for whatever happens, because 2 things are sure, Richard. You know what those 2 things are?
Tell us.
2 things that are sure: death and taxes. We're not escaping those 2.
Mm-hmm. And I guess one final question is, since you mentioned taxes, how does this affect tax-wise?
Okay.
When you have the life insurance?
And the tax code, the IRS tax code, anything over $600,000, it's taxable income. So that's why when I sell a policy to people that they do have money, there are ways that I just can call their tax lawyer and say, hey, this is what I'm selling them. How do we do it? How do I run it by them also? And they said, well, each child should buy a policy for mom and dad for so much quantity, because this is how much money they're getting back. Upon the death of mom and dad, the life insurance will go ahead and pay off whatever amount of money that they need to pay off to get their inheritance without no tax repercussion. Now, if they have under $500,000, you don't need to make any IRS tax exempt policies or anything like that. It's just a little different. That's why, like I tell you, you need a personal touch from somebody that's going to sit there and ask you the right questions and get the best benefit for you. Because, unfortunately, mommy and daddy are not going to be here forever.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty insightful there. Just want to thank everyone that joined us today on RubenRubioTX.com. We're always discussing life insurance and different things that can come up, as well as ways to help innovate and leave a legacy for you. If you ever want to follow us on our social media, you can visit our website at RubenRubioTX.com once again, as well as leave your questions. There's no question that we're not willing to answer regarding life insurance. And if you want to set up an appointment where you want to see how you can leave a legacy for your family, or help support your parents and purchase a life insurance, you can fill out the form. Let us know when's the best time to contact you, and Ruben Rubio TX himself will sit down, discuss with you what options are available and how to give you that personal touch to help you secure a positive life legacy for you and your family. And we're here Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Texas. And we'll be here next week. And we thank you for joining us. I guess that's a show.
That's a show. Hey, thanks everybody. Thank you for watching. Tell your friends.
Yes, share, like, and subscribe.
Share, like, and subscribe. Right. Thank you, guys.
Hi there. My name is Ruben Rubio. I am going to be your insurance consultant this next journey that we're going to take. This journey is going to talk about life insurance. A lot of people ask about life insurance. A lot of people think they don't need life insurance. Many people insure their homes, they insure their cars, even their jewelry. But what they need to do is insure themselves. You know why? Because you are a moneymaker. If you make money, you provide for your family, your wife, your kids, or you have a business. There is no way to replace you. The only way is to have an insurance plan that will cover you the right way. If you liked the content and want to show your support, make sure that you like and comment below. For all questions and inquiries, you can submit them through my content form at rubenrubiotx.com. You can also find me across all the social medias, Ruben Rubio TX. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. Hi there. My name is Ruben Rubio. Hello. My name is Ruben Rubio. Help support my channel by visiting my website, rubenrubiotx.com, on your phone, tablet, or PC. For Facebook, go to the menu and click on the Facebook logo. On my Facebook page, click like and follow. For Instagram, go to the menu and click on the Instagram logo. On my Instagram profile, click follow. For YouTube, go to the menu and click on the YouTube logo. On my YouTube page, click subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. For Twitch, go to the menu and click on the Twitch logo. On my Twitch page, click the heart to follow. If you have questions you'd like answered on one of our live streams or YouTube videos, go to the menu and click on Ask a Question. Fill out all the details in the form and click Submit. You can choose to be anonymous or have your first name mentioned on the video. If you'd like to schedule a phone appointment, go to the menu and click Schedule Phone Appointment. Fill out all the details and when the best time to reach you, and we will get back to you at our earliest time available. Hola, mi nombre es Ruben Rubio. Para apoyar mi canal, visite mi sitio de web rubenrubiotx.com en tu teléfono, tableta o computadora. Para Facebook, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Facebook. En mi página de Facebook, haga clic en like y siga. Para Instagram, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logo de Instagram. En mi perfil de Instagram, haga clic en seguir. Para YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de YouTube. En mi página de YouTube, haga clic en suscríbase y haga sonar la campana para todas las notificaciones. Para Twitch, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Twitch. En mi página de Twitch, haga clic en el corazón para seguir. Si tienes preguntas que le gustaría responder en alguno de nuestros live streams o videos de YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en Ask a Question, llene todos los detalles del formulario y haga clic en Enviar. Puede elegir ser anónimo o que su primer nombre se mencione en el video. Si desea programar una cita por teléfono, vaya al menú y haga clic en Schedule Phone Appointment. Llene todos los detalles y cuando es el mejor momento para llegar a usted y nos encontraremos en nuestro momento más temprano